Just take a moment to acknowledge that we're on and respect that we're on traditional lands, meeting grounds, territories, gathering places, and travelling routes of Treaties 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10, and the home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit people. In the spirit of reconciliation, we acknowledge the lands of those that have come before us, reside here now, and in the future. Welcome to How Small Business Win Big with AI Lessons from 100 SMEs. Whether you're just looking to get started to explore AI, experimenting with a few tools, or looking to automate processes more intentionally, today's session is designed to give you clarity, confidence, and practical next steps. I'm Matt Hill, Director of Operations and Client Services here at BusinessLink. And if this is the first time you're joining a BusinessLink session, welcome. It's great to have you. BusinessLink, we're a government-funded nonprofit helping small businesses to start, grow, and thrive. We offer one-to-one support and guidance, training, education sessions like this, and resources to guide entrepreneurs at any stage. Today, we're excited to be joined by Natalia Brattan. Natalia is a Harvard-trained AI expert and consultant who helps small and medium-sized businesses use artificial intelligence safely, effectively, and hopefully profitably. Through her work with organizations like Cisco and BlackBerry, she's advised hundreds of SMEs, helping them identify high-impact use cases, choose the right tools, and manage risk responsibly. Natalia is passionate about making AI approachable and practical for everyday business owners. She shares insights through her AI newsletter and leads a free community, AI for SME Success, where entrepreneurs learn how to navigate the AI-driven future together. It's definitely exciting. We definitely get lots of signups for any time we have a topic that's relating to AI. So it's a privilege to have an expert with us today. So welcome, Natalia. I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you so much, Matt. It's a privilege to be here. I'm very excited to conduct this session. And let me start with sharing my screen.
Perfect.
Right. Share. Nope, I'm not sharing the right one. Stop share. And share again.
Perfect. As you do that, yeah, we do have people, like I say, all over the province here. We got Crow's Nest Pass, which is a beautiful part of Southwest Alberta, my favorite part. So Brandy's joining us from there, yeah, we've got lots of people from Edmonton. Great to have them here, even though the weather in Edmonton is unpleasant right now.
Right.
Cool. Thanks, Natalia.
Sharing worked for me. And again, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction. You made a great intro, and I have just a few words to add. At my core, I am a small business owner just like you are, and I'm extremely passionate about AI. I spend a huge amount of time reading AI news, updates, newsletters daily, so I can distill insights relevant to small and medium business, even to the level of solopreneurs. So I'm today very excited to share practical, actionable insights that you can start using right away. Who feels that AI is everywhere now? I certainly do. Sometimes it feels like we live in AI. We don't not just use AI, it's just absolutely everywhere. And we absolutely need to understand that inside out to be in control. So I noticed in the chat that some people are experimenting with AI, some people are very reluctant to use AI at all. I hope that this workshop is going to address your concerns and give you a very clear roadmap. Because today we are going to look at some amazing examples how other companies and small businesses use AI. And the most importantly, we are going to focus on your specific business needs, from choosing the right tools for your business needs to ensuring that your AI is profitable and safe. So before we dive into our materials today, let's look how AI is often used versus how it should be used. This data on the slide came from a study how people use ChatGPT conducted by OpenAI, Duke, and Harvard University. They analyzed over 1 million of ChatGPT conversations, both personal and professional. This data is just from the analysis of professional conversations. And surprisingly enough, they found that in business, quite a lot of people, they use AI either like therapists expressing their feelings, emotions, or as a librarian or a Google search just by asking the tool different questions. And these areas are not very helpful for your bottom line because, frankly speaking, Google search can give you more reliable results at this point. Where you would like to use AI and where AI gives you the most competitive advantage, and this is the strength of AI, is by giving AI tasks to do. It's the doing part. So this is exactly where we are going to focus today. There are also 3 levels of adoption of AI, and most users, they're at level 1, prompt and tool and output. There is no way you can scale your business and get business results by staying at level 1. Level 2 and level 3 is where you can obtain tangible business benefits. So level 2 is when you provide your tool with instructions, your own data, and you continuously improve your business process through AI workflows. And level 3 is agents. So there are 5 different levels of agents. By definition, AI agent is autonomous. You don't need to have prompts, you have triggers. Trigger can be your email, it can be adding a person to your teams. In a very simple example, a trigger can be changing the temperature, and your AI tool can be a thermostat, right? It's a very, very simple example. There are 5 different levels of AI agent. The first one, which reacts like a thermostat, it's called a reflex agent, and level 5 is the most sophisticated, which requires a lot of coding. So today, we are going to talk only about AI workflows. And the reason is they're relatively simple to implement, they're extremely effective, and this is where you can get immediate benefits for your business. So we're talking about AI workflows now. If you would like to have a webinar about AI agents, please put it in the chat. We are going to connect with Business Link later, and if you have interest, I'm happy to conduct a special webinar on AI agents. So now, section number 1, the power of AI transformation for business, for small and medium business. And I would like to start it actually with a story. This is 20-year-old Jenny Hoyos, and she has absolutely amazing example of success with YouTube. She has 10 million subscribers, and most of her videos, they reach over 1 million views, with the most popular hitting 180 million views. And Jenny uses AI to create her content. And how she uses it may surprise you. So let's watch.
Oh yeah, I'm using AI throughout the entire process. I use it as more of like a content assistant who I'm bouncing ideas off of.
Okay.
So as far as the AI I use ChatGPT, and I made a custom GPT by uploading a 50-page team SOP. So basically, an SOP is a standard operating procedure that you give to any team members that join. So this is producers, ideators, scripters, editors, whoever joins the team. I send them like this document. So essentially, I gave that to ChatGPT as if it's one of my employees, and I basically uploaded my brain onto it. And the way I like to have my video scripted, all my students have access to this GPT as well, to help bounce off ideas. And usually, I use it just like, yeah, as a partner. So I'll have a topic, and then it'll help me come up with ideas. And if I have an idea, or when I have one idea, I have it come up with 10 different versions of that idea. Because even if you have one idea, there's 10 different ways to execute it. And then once I have different hooks, I send it to it. Which one's your favorite hook? Why? How can I make it better? What could I do visually? I also use it especially to help brainstorm different visuals as well. Yeah, it's just helping me in that sense throughout the process. Even with story beats, I'll tell it like, oh, this is what happened in bullet points. What do you think? How can I make this better? So it's more of an assistant as far as in the actually in every step.
So, what's really interesting about Jenny's approach, she doesn't give AI an assignment to create a video for her. Instead, she uses AI as the background. And this is an absolutely perfect example of AI workflow, where she has the procedure. Procedure is uploaded to the tool. She provides the tool with the statistical information, and she continuously refines this process. So here is one more example. This is Michael Salvatore, and Michael owns the Heritage Hospitality Group, which consists of 2 coffee houses, 2 bars, and a bicycle shop. Previously, before using AI, Michael used to calculate price adjustments semi-annually, and it took him tons of time. Michael did exactly the same with Jenny. He created a customized ChatGPT, and he also uses Google Notebook LM, which is an incredibly powerful tool where you can provide the tool with your information, and the tool creates wonderful podcasts about your business. So he shares this podcast with his managers. And at this point, when 2 managers left the company, he didn't have to replace them. And he is saving tens of thousands of dollars through this more accurate and more timely price adjustments. On this slide, you can see so many other examples of business benefits, tangible business benefits that you can achieve by applying AI workflows to optimize your business. You can see cutting onboarding time by 40%, improving quality leads, reduced overstock, boost seasonal booking, reduced missed booking, which is so important during this busy holiday season, lowering fuel cost. And we will have practical example with screen sharing, how you can get it done. So absolutely amazing results that you can achieve by properly applying your AI tools in your business. So what did we learn from this first session? First of all, there are 3 ways to work with AI: asking, expressing, and doing. And if you would like to achieve tangible business benefits, you need to focus on the doing part, giving AI tasks to do. There are 3 levels: just one-shot prompts, workflows, and agents. And if you would like to get business benefits, you need to focus on building workflows and agents. Agents might be a little bit more difficult to do. Having said that, there is a Google Workspace Studio, which enables agents very quickly and easily, but workflows is a very easy to implement way to achieve business benefits. And the last one, you can achieve amazing operational gains by properly designing and deploying workflows and agents. So the second one is how to choose AI tool for your business. And I created with Google Nano Banana and Canva, powerful combination of video generation and editing software. This little video for you. This is probably how most business owners feel when they think about AI tools. Currently, there are between 2,000 and 10,000 AI tools for business, just for business. It feels completely overwhelming because they have overlapping functionalities, they compete with each other. It's just too much to test, to understand, and to put your arms around this. So in this section, we are going to talk about 3 principles that you need to consider when you are selecting your AI. And the first one is, when you select your AI tools, you need to understand how your tools can connect to your data, because data connection is the game changer. To give you an example, if you use AI and you didn't connect AI to your data and you are asking your tool, for example, to create a business plan for you, AI is going to use training data, and it's going to be a very generic plan, which is not helpful for your business. So if you would like to make really good business plan, that you need to connect and upload your product descriptions, your pricing information, your customer information, your marketing information, competitive insights, procedures, work instructions, then the tool is going to use all of this information, and the deliverable, your business plan, is going to be incredibly helpful and tailored to your business. The next question is how different tools can access your data. At the top, you can see examples when you can upload your data to the tool, Speechify and Notebook.lm. It takes time to upload your documents. You need to continuously refresh your documents, and there are certain limits on the number of files and sources of information that you can upload. So the next level is tools which can connect to your data. ChatGPT, Claude, Canva, and many other tools. In their settings, you can enable connections to Outlook, Gmail, Google Drive, your desktop. You definitely can do that. And for example, ChatGPT can connect to about 20 different sources of information without any extra coding. So this is a great way to use your data. A little bit better, much better than uploading. And here you can see the next level, like Microsoft Copilot and Google Gemini. These tools, they practically sit on top of your data. You just need to use paid version and flip a switch, and they can instantaneously connect to all the data within their ecosystem. So when you are considering what tool you would like to choose, you always review what data sources this tool can connect to. For example, YouTube. If you analyze a lot of YouTube videos, YouTube is a part of Google ecosystem. Gemini enables immediate seamless connection to YouTube. But Gemini is not going to connect you easily with Spotify. If you would like to use Spotify, ChatGPT enables more seamless immediate connection to Spotify. So take into consideration when you are choosing your tool. The next consideration is actually strengths and weaknesses of different tools, which you can find through testing. And I'm happy to show you how you can do it. In this case, let me just share my screen with you and my browser. I took a print screen of my agenda slide for this webinar. And I put this prompt into 4 different tools. Add light Christmas/holiday elements to keep this image elegant and not busy. No distraction, just add elements which convey the spirit of upcoming holidays. And here is my Google Gemini Nano Banana results. Meta AI gave me 4 different versions. The first 3, they are not really good. The last one is great. We can see results from ChatGPT. ChatGPT gave me a couple of versions, and this version is the closest to my prompt. And I also have results from my Microsoft Copilot. So let's review the results in a table. Let's do comparison. You can see that both ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot, they really couldn't keep the dimensions. And I reprompted these tools, the dimensions were still the same. While Meta AI and Google Gemini, they kept the dimensions, and Meta AI was the closest to my design, my style, and my colors. So I give the first place to Meta AI. The next thing that I did, I created another prompt, and I asked all tools to put red word test at the right corner, and it should be Arial size 12. And you can see the different tools, the responses to my change request completely differently. So Meta AI did a great job. Google Gemini, excellent job, but a little bit, letters are a little bit too big. And Microsoft Copilot puts the word test, but it's practically invisible and corrupted. And ChatGPT did a great job with test, but it's in the closer to the middle. It's not in the corner. So what this exercise teaches us is different tools, different strengths, different weaknesses. Instead of just shooting a whole bunch of different prompts, to get your business benefits, you need to single out a particular task and test multiple tools against these tasks and find what tool can give you more optimal results. Because different tools there have strengths in different areas and weaknesses in different areas. So here's the task that I promised you at the beginning. It's driving route optimization. And let me show you my procedure. So our company has 3 vehicles. We deliver office supplies to various locations within the city of Edmonton, Alberta. Here is our garage location. All 3 vehicles that deliver office supply leave at the same time from our garage and return to the garage after delivery. And here is my list of clients. I took 25 elementary schools of Edmonton and publicly available addresses and fake order numbers. And each tool got an assignment to optimize this delivery route across 3 tracks. So let's see. Microsoft Copilot, this is my route optimization. I had to upload both my Excel spreadsheet and my Word document. And here are the results. Now let's go to Google Gemini. With Google Gemini, it was easier because I have paid subscription of Google Gemini. I said access the route optimization folder on my Google Drive. So Google Gemini pulled both files from my Google Drive. ChatGPT on the route optimization task, I saved it in my projects. Same, I uploaded both files and I have the results from ChatGPT. And Claude actually couldn't read the Excel file. So I had to copy and paste all the addresses to my Claude tool. And now let's see the results. So all tools, they obviously gave me completely different results. And here on the right, I can see not optimized baseline, where I just basically split all schools based on alphabetical order. So we have all different results in our baseline. Now,
sorry, Natalia, just to interrupt for a second. There's like a gray block on the screen on the bottom right-hand corner, just obscuring the kind of screen you're sharing. It could be your it could be the Zoom window. It's not a massive problem, but it's just if you
I'll try to stop sharing and maybe reshare again.
Yeah.
Going to help. So
Thanks for these. It's just fascinating there, seeing it, kind of the applications that you can.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me maybe close chat and then see if this is.
Sure again.
And I'll move. Is it better now?
We're now seeing your presenter view, as opposed to like the share view. We're seeing the slide with your notes and the next slide.
So in this case, stop sharing again, and let me reshare. It's interesting how when you conduct a webinar about technology fails you.
Well, it's there. You know what? The gray block's there. It's fine. Like it's not causing it a huge issue. It's just in the bottom right-hand corner. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know how to
it's good
now. So yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's good.
All right, so let's see the results. You can see that the results are very surprising. Copilot and Gemini, they cut both route duration and distance pretty much in half. And ChatGPT and Claude, they gave me the results which are pretty much the same as not optimized baseline. And ChatGPT gave me even bigger distance than my not optimized baseline. So the question is why? And the answer is because both Copilot and Gemini, they have access to mapping tools. Gemini within Google ecosystem can access Google Maps, and Copilot can access Microsoft Bing. So they have significantly better environmental capability to give better answers on this particular task. I tested it in October and I retested it again just a few days before the webinar, and I found that both ChatGPT and Claude improved, but they're still behind Copilot and Gemini. So the point, let's just look at our key takeaways from the tool selection section. The first one, you need to understand what data you would like to use within your tool and find tools which can connect with your data in the most natural and easy way. The second one is you need to test different tools to understand their strengths and weaknesses. And the last one, you need to understand the tool overall ecosystem. And sometimes it's not that straightforward. Like I didn't know about this mapping advantage of Gemini and Copilot. So it also comes through testing. So you test different tools against the same task and you see which one does better. So these are 3 considerations when you need to take when you are selecting your AI tools. The next one is profitability of AI, hugely important topic. And let's hear what Sam Altman, the founder of ChatGPT, has to say about AI ROI.
What do you think are most sort of entrepreneurs and VCs are getting wrong about the future of AI?
Another great question. I think there are 2 fundamental strategies to build like an AI startup right now. You either bet that we're near the top of the technology is about as good as it's going to be, or you bet that the technology is going to get massively better. So if you are building, say, like an AI tutor company, to stick on an earlier example, you can build a system where as the base model gets smarter, very naturally, the level at which students can effectively learn just goes up and up. So, maybe it's like only effective for like 6th graders with the current version, but the next version it's like helpful for 8th graders and then 10th graders and then eventually PhD students. And you can just like get to surf that wave. Or you can say, I'm going to put all my effort into just barely making this work for 8th graders in the limited case of history and do a huge amount of work to like have a human in the loop and correct factual errors for this one class. In the first world, you'll be really happy when GPT-5 comes out, and in the second world, you'll be really sad. My intuition would have been that 95% of entrepreneurs would have picked the first world. It seems like 95% of entrepreneurs are picking the second world. And then you have this whole like OpenAI killed my startup meme.
So what Sam is actually explaining is don't give AI tasks that you would like them to do. The most important, the most pressing. Instead, understand what AI is capable of doing without massive human oversight, fixing errors, and assign tasks on that level or below. This is a hugely important point, and according to Sam, most business owners and entrepreneurs, they simply don't get it. So let's look at ChatGPT data, which kind of proves this point so well. According to OpenAI own research, published in the article Why Language Models Hallucinate, and this is a table from this article, only 22% of ChatGPT answers are accurate. 26% are completely wrong, and 52% are not giving you any answer at all. And this is ChatGPT 5, the latest model. What is surprising, it's even less accurate than the previous one, ChatGPT 4. So the error rate is huge. Now let's look at this visual just to understand the concept behind AI ROI. If you just randomly throw in all different tasks and all different requests to AI, you are going to get 1 out of 5 answers correct. So you need to spend enormous amount of time checking, validating, improving AI results. And this amount of time completely overweight your time savings and process efficiencies that you wanted to achieve using AI. And on the top of it, you are getting legal and reputational exposures. Like as an example, this summer, several very well-known US newspapers, they published reading lists and they included books which didn't even exist because they used AI, obviously. So you have a lot of legal and reputational exposures relevant to these areas of AI. This is not efficient use of AI and it gives us negative ROI. On this illustration, you can see positive ROI case. So if you invest into training like we're doing now, and if you scope and test your assignment to AI, it's pretty much like what we did with driving route optimization, and you put proper governance in place, then you don't really need to double check AI errors and you don't need to risk anything because of erroneous results. In this case, you're most likely going to have positive ROI on your AI. So what tasks are the easiest and low risk, which AI can do easily with minimal human oversight? Anything relevant to text and speech. Grammar improvement, text-to-speech and back, different reformatting, transcribing, summarization. AI is excellent at this and the risk is very low. Brainstorming, it's pretty much the same what Jenny was talking in our first video. Cross-pollination of ideas, multiple options, expanding on rough ideas. AI is brilliant in this. Then our route optimization task. When you singled out just one or maybe just a few business tasks and you tested the results and you know that the results are accurate, this is where you would like to focus your AI. And the last one, image and video generation. Excellent applications and you can get high quality results when you are using AI. On the flip side, you can see areas where you don't want to use your AI extensively. AI have zero emotional intelligence. So anything sensitive like hiring decisions, performance evaluations, disciplinary decisions, counseling, coaching, don't rely on AI. Same with high risk tasks, high stake, high complexity. AI makes mistakes and it makes a lot of mistakes. You don't want to bring like that level of error into important and high risk stuff. Now let's look at our takeaways from this part. So first, use AI where it's reliable. To maximize your AI ROI, you need to find your, using Sam's words, grade 6 level of task and keep your AI below this threshold. The second one, don't experiment with 100 or 1,000 of AI prompts because it's just waste of time. There is actually an official term for it. It's called AI-generated work slop. When you are receiving a lot of misleading, low-quality outputs from AI, and it gives you, instead of efficiency, just additional workload. So single out few tasks, get them right, and scale from there. And this way, you are building the foundation of successful and profitable use of AI tools. All right, so now risk and governance essentials. If you don't have guardrails in place, if you don't have controls, what can actually go wrong with AI? And there are a lot of things. On my website, you can find over 100 of examples similar to these ones where business owners, they started using AI without guardrails, they found issues, and then they built guardrails. So one business owner found that not having a process in place led into chaos. Another business owner found that accidentally AI tool attempted to route data, very confidential client data through non-compliant servers. and they had to shut down the system. Another business owner wanted to automate every single email sequence, and engagement dropped. Another business owner published a lot of product guides generated by AI, and they found that they lost organic traffic like pretty much overnight. Huge risks relevant to AI if we don't have controls in place. Now let's look at guidelines and regulations which can help us to design proper controls in place. The first and foremost is privacy. So if you decide to upload private information into the AI tool, you need to fully comply with all relevant privacy regulations, and they're listed here. So you need to provide purpose, consent, safeguards, accountability, and cross-border protection. It's as a minimal. Any legal obligation, any regulation which is applicable to your business outside of AI domain, it's as applicable to anything that you put and process through the AI tool. So that's the first and foremost. Canadian guidelines are still developing. We know that AI and Data Act under Bill C-27, most likely it will be reintroduced again, but at this point, we don't have on a federal level regulations regarding AI. However, we have guidelines, specifically cybersecurity guidelines. Cybersecurity guidelines gives us basic provision. Use AI policies, develop AI policies, choose training data set carefully, select tools from security-approved vendors, and be very mindful regarding information that you put into your AI tool. And here, international standards and US standard NIST. International standards, ISO 42001, is the first standard on AI management system. And it's very closely aligned with the standard on quality management system, ISO 9001. The same structure, the same approach. And ISO 9001, it's one of the most widely used standards in the world. So ISO 42001 uses all of these best practices, which has multiple years of being in the business. And if your company uses a lot of AI, you can even get certified against ISO 42001 to show to your customers and stakeholders that you use AI responsibly. The next slide is going to give you an overview of the key elements of ISO 42001. And here is NIST, NIST AI 601, which lists a lot of different risk categories applicable to AI use, and it's accompanied by risk management playbook, which gives you step-by-step guide on how to mitigate and manage these risks. Now, this is a simplified version of ISO 42001, and this slide gives us key elements of controls that you would like to have in place when you use AI. And it feels like a lot, when in fact, there are just simple things that you need to put in place. You need to identify key stakeholders, decide on the scope of your AI. You need to create AI policy, distribute roles and responsibility. On the planning side, you need to have measurable objectives and risk register. You need to support your AI with training, resources, communication, documentation. And ongoing operations, you need to continuously assess risks. And if you find risk, you need to provide risk treatment and understand impact assessment. This way, you're minimizing your legal and reputational exposures. And you also need to have such elements as monitoring, measurement, internal reviews, and corrective and preventive actions. So all of these are easily attainable even on the level of solopreneur if you use AI extensively or if you use AI outside of this comfortable grade 6 level, even within this grade 6 level. So AI policy, I wanted to quickly show you my AI policy, which can be found on my website right here. It was very, very simple document which explains, and it's available both internally and externally, how we use AI. The scope of the policy, governing principles, information protection, which is hugely important to your clients, how we use AI, and the most importantly, how we don't use AI, and policy review. So Nano Banana really helped me to create a beautiful infographic. I uploaded my policy and I received this very nice infographic. Google Nano Banana is absolutely outstanding in creating infographic. It's the best in the industry. So you can see how you can easily visualize your policy and create beautiful visuals using Nano Banana. And now we are going to touch on information security essentials. And this list is simplified for small business owners and solopreneurs to provide necessary, minimal level of security. You need to separate personal and work use of AI. You need to enable access control and use only work emails when you access the system. You need to define what data is not allowed within the tool and what use cases are prohibited within your AI tool. You need to understand vendor security posture, disable AI training mode, and create AI use policy, and audit your audit usage regularly. I would like to show you very quickly how you can get it done using an example of ChatGPT. So we're in ChatGPT and I'm using new chat. So if I would like to ask anything unrelated to my business, I go to the top right corner and I turn my temporary chat. So this information is not going to be saved in AI memory. And here I go to my settings. I go to data control, and you can see the first line improves the model for everyone. It means that all information that you put in the system is shared with the vendor and it's shared with every user of the vendor as a training data. I don't want to have it on. It's not to my advantage. So by default, it's on. But I believe as a business owner who cares about your information, keeping it private, you would like to turn it off. And this is our takeaways from governance, risk, and controls. The first one is if you don't have proper governance in place, it can result in mistakes, compliance risk, and lost business outcomes. The second takeaway is all regulations that are applicable to your business, they still apply when you use AI. So keep it in mind. And the last one is AI security is within reach. And there are some simple measures like separating personal and work use, enforcing access control, blocking personal logins, restricting sensitive data, which you can easily apply to your business. And now we are going to have just the last slide, which summarizes pretty much everything that we discussed so far. And on this slide, I would like to draw an analogy with the quality management movement back in the 80s. Back in the 80s, North America found that Japanese cars and other products and electronics are simply better because they have better quality control. And this is how in North America we embraced total quality management, statistical process control, focus on process, testing, and measurement. And now we are almost in the same situation because the defect rate is huge. There are so many vendors, and these vendors of AI, they move at the speed of light, and they prioritize speed to market and basic functionality over quality. So now it's our time as users of AI to focus on low-risk activities, make sure that areas which you would like to automate with AI is reached with not confidential data, measure, test, provide proper governance and oversight, and continuously improve your AI workflow. So that's pretty much all my presentation. I do have a slide with topics for potential upcoming webinars. So I'm open to questions, and I would like you just to quickly have a look at these potential topics and then put in the chat what you're most interested in. And this is creating videos, writing policies and procedures with AI, developing external communication, vibe coding. It's a new term which was developed, created just in February. It's when you verbally provide input to AI, what kind of code and results you would like to see, how to use AI agents. We talked about them at the beginning, and any topic of your choice. Right, so I'll stop sharing my screen. And Matt, turning to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It's interesting that actually, just as evidence as how quick things move during this conversation, OpenAI released the launch of ChatGPT 5.2 just in the last hour, and they said it's great at professional tasks and spreadsheets and presentations as well. So the speed of movement is definitely there to be seen. It's really interesting that the questions and the comments that we had were quite focused on confidentiality, data security, and it was interesting that you kind of came to that at the end there. I suppose when I kind of look at it from our perspective, it's people's organizational tolerance for risk, isn't it? I look at ourselves as a government-funded nonprofit with, literally tens of thousands of client contacts and some information that's, some quite confidential information. Our tolerance for risk is a lot lower than if I was running my own, three-person cleaning business, and it's just very different. So I like your advice of understanding what is appropriate for your business. I think that's so important.
Okay.
Thank you there. In terms of questions, we got one. It's quite a tactical thing, but can you just mention again? You had that wonderful infographic.
Yes.
How did you do that? What tool did you use to create that?
Absolutely. The best tool for infographic is Google Gemini. So you type Gemini, and in the window, you can see different modalities. One modality is deep research. Another modality is graphic creation. So you choose graphic creation in Google Gemini, and you put your information there, and it can give you 3D information. It can give you all different flavors. Like at this point, it's the best tool for infographic on the market.
Okay. And then in terms of if I'm going to make the decision and pay for a AI tool, be it Gemini or Claude or OpenAI or ChatGPT, is there a best for small business? Is there not? Like where would we go there?
It's an excellent question, and I would use the same three categories that we discussed. I would look at what data I would like to use. What is my use case? Where I would like to connect my tool to my data and test different solutions. What's beautiful about the current situation is all vendors, they would like to penetrate the market deeper and deeper. So they offer low-cost tools, and in most cases, you can use them for quite a while without any payment. So that gives us an amazing opportunity to test different tools and find what's applicable to your business. So I wouldn't go with 10 tools, but I would definitely try like 4 or 5 different tools to find what is the best tool for my business. So testing is hugely important.
And from that data privacy angle, that's the kind of key line that you need to cross, don't you? You start paying, you get more control over your data, how your data is used to train tools and well.
Absolutely.
So obviously, if people have that as a concern, and I know organizationally we have a paid ChatGPT subscription because we know the team. I know I am going to use ChatGPT in my work, but we want to make sure that we're doing it in a safe way there.
Absolutely.
Chen, I know you didn't mention this, and it's a piece of software that I'm aware of, but I don't know. Chen mentions in the chat, he says, can you touch base on N8N? Do you know anything about N8N?
Can you say it again?
Yeah, N8N.
N8N.
No,
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 no.
it's a Chen mentions it. It's an automation software. It's like Zapier.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
believe it's open source, and there's lots of information online about that. But we see that they can be integrated with AI, and in fact, lots
Yeah,
of these automation softwares have incredible power when we can plug AI into there. I don't know.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Vivian is asking, for a renovation business, what is the best for finding the best products, best prices, and availability of suppliers? So what something as I'm
I
assuming
wouldn't
with
be able to
research.
answer this because we need to find it through testing. We need to choose different tools. We need to shortlist. Like, first of all, we need to understand what data is available.
Hmm.
Then we need to look at different options, conduct testing, and for each particular use case, we need to find the best tool. So it's, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that was really interesting the way that actually you could use that as a model that you did for the slide creation there
Yeah.
to literally test that with OpenAI, with ChatGPT, with Claude, with Gemini, and seeing what gets closest to what you're looking for.
This is the best way, actually. Absolutely. So you need to find your business task or maybe several business tasks, test different tools and find the best one for you.
Perfect. That's wonderful. And
Yeah.
some of the questions coming through, I won't share them now, but there was definitely an interest in that idea about agents and artificial intelligence agents. And again, it's something that we talk about at Business Link. So there's a question here in the chat, which she's talking about kind of an agent that could help her with her cleaning business and looking at tools for booking. That
Mhm.
probably moves more into that use of AI
Yes.
agents.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, absolutely. I would love to conduct a session on agents. There's so
okay.
much to cover. Yeah.
Oh, it's so interesting, isn't it? We have our own agent at Business Link, and it's really, really great at helping with satisfying clients' needs for sure. Excellent. Well, unless there are any kind of final questions going to pop into the chat there, we are probably in a good position there. Uh, Did you have any kind of final takeaway or thought or suggestion for people who are feeling nervous but would like to be more involved in AI?
Sign up for my newsletter. I just saw a question there. So you definitely can go to nataliabrattan.com and right at the top you can see in bold colors my newsletter. So you're very, very welcome because every week I provide updates on news and information relevant just to small business owners. And I would say that if you haven't started using AI, please do it now, right? So, but don't just use multiple prompts. Find a business case, test it, make sure that it works, and be confident that you can actually achieve your business ROI, business results, because you don't want to run into AI-generated work slop. You definitely would like to approach it in a very strategic, professional way when you measure, test, evaluate the results, have your KPIs, have your KRIs, and have this continuous loop of improving your tool based on the results that you see.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Natalia. That's a wonderful thing to take away. And mine, I would keep it a little bit, I would say, go and nerd out a little on AI for business. There are so many kind of podcasts and newsletters and information out there. It's a good time to dedicate some time to learning, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. And
Thank
if
you.
anybody wants to reach me, please feel free to send me an email. I'm open to questions, and I'm not going to charge for any questions,
Oh,
especially participants of this webinar. So if you would like just to bounce ideas, ask me anything, you're very, very welcome. You can find my email on my website, so feel free to reach out, and I'm very happy to help.
Oh, that's so kind of you. We definitely appreciate that. Thank you so much for the insights and the real world examples. You've done a great job at kind of making AI feel approachable and actionable for small business owners. Perfect. So yeah, if today's session has sparked questions and next steps, Business Off Link offers free one-to-one guidance and can help you with additional tools and resources. And we also have some more sessions coming up. So make sure that you look at businesslink.ca/events for information there. This definitely brings me to the end of today's session. And again, I want to thank Natalia for her time, her wisdom, her enthusiasm for the topic, and for sharing it with us today. Before people go, I really want to take a moment to ask you to provide information on our quick feedback survey. Your input is really important for two things. One, helping us shape better programming so we have really good, strong webinars in future. But two, for us to be able to see the impact of the work that we're doing as an organization, and to be able to communicate that back out. So please, 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 it's so important for us that you fill in that survey. A recording of today's session is going to be available and sent to everyone afterwards, so watch out for that. And remember, you're not kind of on this small business journey alone. Business Link and experts like Natalia are here to guide and support you as you take your next step. Thank you so much.
I see so many things, and I would like to thank everybody back. So thank you very much, Matt and Linda, for organizing this event, and thank you everybody for your participation. It was a pleasure.
Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Natalia. Have a great day. Bye now.
Thank you. Bye.